no, this just the main menu, and I'm already a little depressed. Alright, new game.
I'm already depressed.
Jeez. Before you begin, would you be willing to answer a brief questionnaire regarding confidential details of your personal and family finances? No, I'm not trying to get, you know, jacked and robbed. Your answers will be securely saved and stored and will influence several narrative events in the game. Oh, is that so? They trying to get my whole social security. Jeez.
Yeah, a little too personal.
It's a little bit too personal. Shoot. What happened if I say no? Wait.
Suspicious.
What?
Yeah,
Yes. The purpose has been noted. Little Red Lie is now in possession of sufficient information about you to proceed. What? How? What? Excuse me?
What? Who said I was upper middle class, bitch?
You know what? I'm a little worried because I kind of am that a little bit. Sure.
I'm middle class, but you don't gotta disrespect me like that.
That is true. I don't feel safe. Dystopia? Is that me?
I think it's you.
The way I see it, dystopia is nothing but a distraction from a reality that will be even worse. In dystopia, faceless stormtroopers tower over the horrified masses as they cling together for warmth. Well, it is raining. The guardsmen grit their teeth and pull their triggers on, I thought it said dongs for a minute. On throngs of desperate protesters, cutting down waves of innocence with sinister certainty. But in reality, reality is nothing like that. In reality, the police don't need to be scary to scare you. In reality, the courts are so clogged and the cops are so callous and the cages so cramped that the thought of getting lost in the labyrinth of their logistics scares you more than a bullet to the back of the head ever could. Oh, Jesus Christ. In reality, goddamn, learn some new words. Nobody needs to shoot you at all. You get knocked on your ass by a $1 zillion sound cannon and run away to save the eardrums you don't have the savings or the health insurance to lose. I'm broke too? Damn. In dystopia, tattered rags or drab uniforms are dutifully worn by all. Met eyes and encoded gestures are made in shadow as the steel doors crush together. Ragtag rebels rediscover the unity of long-lost ethnic identities, and in each other they find hope, strength, and even if their failure is assured, in dystopia they gain the one thing their tormentors can never possess, love. Oh, isn't that nice? That don't pay the bills though. But in reality, the only people who even notice you are strangers looking to look down your shirt. So I am the shirt. In reality, your best friend is a cell phone. A good one. So not an iPhone. If you're lucky. In reality, you never cared about your other people until other people were other people like you. And you'd put them up the river if they crashed on your couch for longer than a weekend.
Boy.
And who can you blame? In dystopia, it's easy. In dystopia, the evil and cruel are always up the hill, down the dungeon, through the woods. They want your blood. They want your babies?
Hold up.
Oh no, I'm calling the cops. They want your brainwaves, or the shells of your bodies, the heat of your sexy, starving orifice. Oh goodness. What kind of people? No. But in reality, is never that interesting. In reality, even the most horrible and seemingly incomprehensible power always ends up being the same old song. A bunch of assholes trying to get rich. In reality, the people frantically obsessed with money are never those people at all. In reality, the people whose whole life revolve around money are the people who have no choice, because they don't have any. And in reality, the wealthy no longer need a thing from anyone else at all. Not to die in some war, not to live in some place, and not to build something that a robot has built in the time it took you to read this sentence.
Wow.
Yo, why they throwing all these subs?
Right?
And in Dystopia, all of our creations churn midnight oil into a hateful sun. Diseases boil through skin. Faces are rendered tragically oh boy.
Oh.
The destruction of Mother Earth turns everyone into a chimney sweep, a hooded nightmare, an asphyxiating tinker. But in reality, the sky is blue as ever, the air is fever crisp, and the bright stars within it are what you look up at while you wait for an ambulance after being stabbed over an apple that now costs $20. What kind of apple costs $20? I would kill myself. Forget being stabbed, I'm gonna stab myself if an apple costs $20. In Dystopia, your only possession is a torn photograph. You end up bartending at a neon-soaked nightclub for futuristic gangsters. But in reality, you can never get that job.
Okay,
And if you were forced to become an outlaw yourself, you'd probably end up being the victim of a far worse crime than you could ever bring yourself to commit. I don't want to live in this place. Why do everybody live here? I'm trying to move. In Dystopia, I hope I'm not that old chick right there. She looks like she had a rough life.
I'm pretty sure you were.
No, man. In Dystopia, you finally matter. What you mean you matter? You get killed every day. You're finally going to make a difference. Every oppression ignites you with anger and fury that spurs you into legendary action. But in reality, you are exhausted. You look exhausted. Forever exhausted. You think Dystopia is some big story. It's not. It's just a shitty little epilogue that goes on forever. And it all ends up in nothing. See, even the intro was mad depressing, fam. I didn't play nothing yet. I read a story.
Dang, now I'm thinking about my own.
Oh, it's winter. I see.
When
Is it Christmas? I hope it's Christmas. Under the bridge. Well, I mean,
she was 65.
yeah. Well, I don't know if it's in the past or not.
Oh, that's right.
Under the bridge in the parking lot. They're waiting for me. This part was actually in the trailer I saw. I was like, that's how I saw it. It was so freaking depressing. Alright, can I not zoom in or nothing? Alright.
I guess not.
Okay. Lie about leaving Toronto? Lie about taxi. So I have to lie about everything? Jeez. You can't tell the truth? Wait. They're waiting for me, so I have to go this way. So, taxi cabs, gig economy, leaving Toronto. Well, no, if the MTA in this game is like the one here in New York, I'm not with it. So no transportation, no public transit. So let's take a taxi. Whenever people ask me if I take taxis or use a ride-sharing service, I realize that taxi cabs are the more compassionate answer, whether it's true or not. The joke is on them, though. I can't afford to take either anymore.
Boy.
I'm just willing to argue about it because at least it makes me seem middle class.
Was you right?
Damn, I lie about everything? Okay. A nervous-looking ride-sharing guy. He doesn't want the cab behind him to realize what he's doing. Ride-sharing always felt strange to me. I sort of prefer how taxi drivers don't pretend to give a shit about you. The worst was when the ride-sharing app started asking you to make all these BS main personal comments about your drivers, as if you were talking about a close friend, rather than someone whose struggle you were exploiting. Maybe it just bothers me to have it pushed in my face.
Was she so salty?
She is incredibly salty. I don't know who pissed in her Cheerios. If they don't knock the never-ending construction in this city off, I'm leaving someday. Okay, Vancouver, Montreal, Hamilton. Well, Montreal's in Canada, and Canada's a nice place. And she needs some sunshine right now. Let's go to Montreal. At least they have more than 2 subway lines. And how could you not love a stop called Pi 9? Is there anything else over here I have to lie about? What's this over here?
She gonna lie about everything.
She really does have to lie about everything. Homeless death spike in downtown core. You know, it would actually cost less to house these people than to pay the cost of them being on the street. I can't understand why people get upset at the idea of free housing. No need to pick this up, we still get it delivered. Okay. Wait, who's we? Is it like a family member or a person?
Probably. I think she's visiting family.
Mainstream entertainment. Awards night flub sends celebrities reeling. This is the local free paper. Tons of reductionist nonsense, celebrity crap that I don't find interesting at all. I'm with you there.
Okay, you were lying about that. Nobody finds that interesting.
Yeah. That's some serious truth. Tax credits to stimulate new business and job growth. Yeah, sure they will. See, that's the truth too. You're not lying anymore.
Exactly.
In lurid crime, drugs and thugs, new gang war. You've got to love it. The legal assumption of innocence is held, but all the classic dog whistles are okay, sometimes known as policemen. A mugshot instead of a real photo. A note that the murdered was known to police. Even the more subtle stuff. Interviews of friends talking about how much he was turning his life around. And an up-and-coming musician. They don't even have to mention rap anymore. 22 years old, deeply mourned by his 4 young children.
Damn.
This is just a rag designed to piss people off, disguised as a newspaper. Disguised as a newspaper. Actually, you're gonna buy this one?
Boy.
Price has gone up a quarter too. Oh, freaking Metro cards, yeah, I feel you. Everything hurts. But who is they? Where do I have to go?
What did she say? Everything hurts. Is she okay? Is like her back broke?
Yeah. Well, I mean, she's broke. She can't get no surgery. I know that transit sucks because the government sucks. I don't hate the everyday people who run the system. Not even when I'm running after a business in the freezing cold and they don't see me because they're too busy looking up disability scams on their phones instead of watching the road.
Boy. Can you relax?
She does have to relax. Like, this is crazy. But where the hell do I go, though? Like, who? They say they are waiting for me.
Where that P is over there?
Where? Oh, yeah, it is a P over there. What does that mean? There is no way I can negotiate with these people if I don't have a cigarette first. And I don't want to start that conversation on a note of why I've started smoking.
So why you
You can smoke in the rain like every other failure of a femme fatale said. Dang! Even if you've already had something like half a pack today. Did you have half a pack? Concealed chain smoking. What do you mean concealing? Alright, I'll have the cigarette. There's an ashtray over there by the corner. And then I'll use that washroom to try and mask it as best as I can. Alright, where the ashtray at? Is this that trash can over there?
I think it's so.
Yeah. You know what they say, the only way to start quitting is to have one. This is part of the trailer too. Yeah. Snow on the ground, rain in the sky. She looks kind of young.
Yeah, she doesn't look old. Is the way I thought she would.
Yeah, I think this is her in the past, maybe. Snow on the ground, rain in the sky, heat in the night. We figured they were lying about how long this kind of climate change would take. And then it turns out that even the worst pessimism wasn't half as bad as it already was. Who knows? Maybe this cigarette is the least toxic thing I've inhaled all day. Still, if I could quit, I would. That's a lie. Too bad you only feel bad after it stops feeling good. Maybe that attitude is a little piece of what happened to everything. Fuck it. I didn't even want this. Yes, you did. I'm just delaying the inevitable. I have to tell them the truth. Yeah. Tell them the truth. What's the truth, Sarah? I've got a toothbrush, perfume, gum. You traveling? Damn. This should do it. We're at least well enough to be able to say it's secondhand. The thought of somebody actually using one of these toilets is unimaginable. So you're saying it is imaginable because dumb toilets in the street be a little no.
Oh.
God, I have to quit. Look at my fingers, my teeth. The real reason they try to hook you young is so it can happen before you're even capable of imagining what looking like shit would look like.
Dang,
What you doing? You power drilling yourself? Alright, I think I'm good. You're lying.
I can't tell what's a lie anymore and what's not. She's just
I think everything that's highlighted red is just her lying. I need to smoke and then cover it up. But you already smoked though. You just did this.
Ew.
There's an ashtray over there by the crosswalk, and I want him to dump that out. You just handled this. You want another one?
Is she okay?
She not okay. She really not okay.
Sarah.
Yeah, another one? I didn't even want the last one.
Yo.
Oh my goodness.
She don't know what she want. Yo, you need help.
I've got a toothbrush from this to do it. It's the same thing.
She already did that.
Okay, alright. She's going crazy. And she power drilling herself again. She about to die after this.
No wonder she's going crazy. She's over there like,
Wait, do I go back to the P? Yeah, I gotta go back to the P. I think I had to do that before.